Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we review the match between Tottenham and Crystal Palace from the Tottenham Stadium. It's a London derby. Tottenham currently in the 7th place, a European place begging for them. An FA Cup win for Manchester United could propel them up for a European place as well. Kane, the current top scorer, he's a joint top scorer last season in the Premier League as well. The question is, will he stay with Spurs next season? We will have to wait and see. They need to pick up as much as points if they dream about Europe. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, they are in safety with 10 points above the relegation zone since Roy Hodgson's appointment. He has excelled since he's taken over the team. They've been playing with plenty of freedom. He's the oldest manager in the Premier League, taking over the technical area for Crystal Palace. On the formation, Tottenham went with 3-5-2 with Forster on the goal, Emerson, Romero and Langley in the defense, Ben Davies and Pedro Porro providing the width, Oliver Skip, Højbjerg and Son in the midfield, Richarlison partnering Kane today and Richarlison getting his first start for Tottenham. Crystal Palace going with 4-3-3 with Sam Johnson on goal, Ward, Anderson, Guhi, Mitchell in the defense, AZ, Decore and Schulp in the midfield, Olise, Jordan Ayew and Wilfred Zaha ahead for Crystal Palace today. First half, still a lot of questions on how Spurs considered all those goals against Newcastle in the first 20 minutes, Liverpool in the first 15 and Manchester United in the first 20 minutes. Their performance has been poor. They need to show resilience and get their performance back up again. Crystal Palace is an extremely settled team. They show up in the way they play. They're very well structured team. Very good players in Olise, Eze and Zaha. They're extremely talented. One defeat in 6 games for Roy Hodgson for Crystal Palace in this stint. He never seems to be retiring from the coach of being in the Premier League. Spurs working the ball around, having good ball possession. Crystal Palace is not a team who will go ball hunting. They will sit and wait for the chance in the early stages. Richarlison playing closer to Kane in the early stages. He will be handy if he can play wider and get a go at the Crystal Palace defenders. He could benefit from the free role he's got in this match today. Crystal Palace trailed West Ham and came back with a win 4-3. They are making progress with their strong offensive players. 16th minute, a corner for Spurs, hitting the crossbar this time from Romero. Sam Johnston beaten. First real opportunity coming in for Tottenham. First 15 minutes negotiated safely by Spurs. They were down 3-0 against Liverpool in this match last time. Romero has no goals for Spurs yet though, but he already has a World Cup winners medal with Argentina. Crystal Palace has lost their home game against Spurs 4-0. There were no goals in the first half, but 4 big goals coming in the second half, right before the World Cup when Antonio Conte was at the helm for Tottenham Hotspur. A neatly worked chance coming from the midfield for Spurs this time, combining very well with Kane. A very well worked chance. Højbjerg not able to keep his shot on target at the 23rd minute. It's been a very flat match so far. Spurs have not come out lively. They were expected to come out with a lot of vigor and produce them in this match. Crystal Palace have been good so far, not leaving much space for Spurs either. A free kick for Spurs at the 25th minute. Skip bringing down Zaha this time. Ends up with Olise's shot straight into Forster's hands. Not much of a danger for Spurs. Spurs seeing a lot of the ball. They're moving the ball around with a lot of confidence. Well, unable to break the Crystal Palace defense. The Crystal Palace midfield sitting very nicely in front of their defense. A break is on for Crystal Palace. A pass from Zaha was played behind. It's a warning sign coming up for Spurs in the first 30 minutes of the game. Crystal Palace midfield has been working very hard with Decore winning most of the second balls. He's had a very good first season in the English Premier League. He's been very impressive. They've been working very well in the middle of the park, not letting Spurs to make those moves they would have intended. 40 minutes, no goals so far. This match was expecting goals, especially after Selhurst Park had 7 goals in it last time. Spurs applying all the pressure in the last minutes of the first half, resulting in nothing really. Looks like there will be no goals in the first half. More intensity in the second half needed for Spurs if they have to take something out of this match. Stoppage time, Kane comes up and then he scores a good cross coming in for Porro. Another landmark goal for Harry Kane, 209th goal, second in the league history. Alan Shearer in his sides. They've got width this time. Poor defensive header coming from Ward. He misses, but Kane does his job. Great header. Spurs 1, Crystal Palace 0. Yet another goal for Harry Kane for Spurs. 11 goals in 20 appearances. Spurs not making a big difference in the first half. However, they are ahead with the header from Kane with the last kick of the first half. It's Spurs 1, Crystal Palace 0 at the break. Second half, Spurs without a win in the last 4 matches are ahead 1-0 at the first half. Kane has 26 goals this season with 10 coming in from his head. That was the 64th goal as a team this season for Spurs. What can Crystal Palace do in the second half? How can they perform better than what they did in the first half? Get something out of this match. Let's see how Roy Hodgson has blended his team for the second half. Crystal Palace trying to make the ball move around, making some good passes. A cross coming in from Olise, neatly taken by Zaha, just scoops the ball and the ball graces over the crossbar at the 49th minute. Spurs has dropped 15 points this season from winning position. That basically defines the season for them so far. A good chance coming in for Crystal Palace at the 52nd minute. Should have got it on the target. Zaha fends off 3 defenders, a miss kick. It was meant for Olise. It should have made more from the chance that Crystal Palace got. 57th minute, another chance for Spurs, this time from Koro. He takes it on his left foot, goes wide of the Crystal Palace goal. Should have gone with a pass to Son, would have been a better position for that chance. Zaha takes on Emerson Roy, not once, twice, but thrice, tries on a cross, ends up in the corner for Crystal Palace. Zaha applying all the pressure on Emerson for the first time this match and since the first half. Spurs apply pressure. There is some injection of intensity shown by the Spurs team. A second goal here for Spurs would seal the game for them. There have not been much talking points in this match, just 1 or 2, one of them being the first goal for Spurs scored by Harry Kane, making him the second highest goal scorer in the English Premier League history with 209 goals, one ahead of Wayne Rooney who was at 208 goals. Crystal Palace are still very much in the match. It's just 1-0 down. They still have a time left in the match. Get some reinforcements and infuse some energy towards the end of the second half. Spurs at 67th minute bossing the game, making some good moves, passes, having more of the possession in the driving seat, trying hard to get the second goal to seal those 3 important points for them. Merv Hughes comes in for Crystal Palace for Schultz, who's already on a yellow card at the 73rd minute. It's a straight swap of the position. The final third has not been that dangerous for Crystal Palace in getting them any goals. Another big save coming in from Sam Johnson this time. A through ball coming from Romero in the defense. Crystal Palace defense slept for a moment there. Sam Johnson still keeps a score at 1-0. A very good opportunity missed by Spurs. Son this time to make it a big stride in the game. A top save there from Johnston for Crystal Palace. Richarlison is making his way out. Kulusevski comes in at the 78th minute. Not enough quality in the final third for Spurs as well. Ryan Mason makes some changes. They need to get their second goal and not let Crystal Palace get over them in the last few minutes of the game. Ben Davis and Romero have been really good for Spurs in the defense. Ben Davis, recruited during the Mourinho days, has been flourishing since he's come here. He's been very good in the defense today. Romero also has been excellent. His aerial presence has been really good today. He's held the three-man defense for Spurs very strong. A decent chance coming in for Crystal Palace. Last line clearance this time from Harry Kane at the 84th minute. Crystal Palace trying to apply more pressure in the last 10 minutes of the game. Perhaps they already know they will remain in the Premier League next season as well. 5 added minutes in the second half. Last few minutes, the game has been very open. Lot of tackles coming in. Few yellow cards also flashed. It's been end-to-end game now. Spurs trying to hold on to their 1-0 lead. It's also been really frustrating afternoon. Nothing really coming out of this game. Spurs look like scoring in the second half. Crystal Palace had a decent encounter, not really able to carve out the way they would have thought in the game before the important switch there. Well, it's a first win in the 5 games for Spurs. Kane lifts the gloom at the Spurs Stadium. It's a big relief for Spurs. 1 goal enough for Spurs to see off Crystal Palace today. They never really took off. It ended 1-0 in favor of Tottenham. Tottenham will be looking to have a permanent coach at the helm for next season. Well, Kane getting us the 26th goal, getting him the second highest scorer in the Premier League history. Well, that's it from my side. Please put on your comments for this match and subscribe to my channel for more such reviews. Until next time, bye.